Hello teachers, learners, and parents. Sir Jeff po, at your service. Alam nyo ba na meron tayong website na tinatawag na DepEd Commons? Ang DepEd Commons ay binuo upang gawing accessible ang pagtuturo at pag-aaral dito sa ating bansa gamit lamang ang inyong mga smart devices gaya ng cellphones, tablets, at computers. Dito ay maaari nating ma-access ang iba't ibang learning materials mula sa Department of Education. Meron itong mga interactive materials, electronic self-learning modules, at instructional video lessons mula sa DepEd TV na tiyak na makatutulong sa pag-aaral ng mga mag-aaral galing ka man sa public o private school. Walang problema dahil welcome ang lahat dito. Para ito sa mga guro, magulang at mga mag-aaral mula sa kinder hanggang grade 12, alternative learning system o ALS, at pati na rin ang special education. At huwag kang mag-alala dahil kahit walang load ay maaari mong ma-access ang mga learning materials. Tama! Libre ito. Ang kailangan mo lamang gawin ay i-on ang iyong data at buksan lamang ang iyong browser at i-type ang commons.deped.gov.ph. Alam na ba ng iyong mga kasamahang guro o mag-aral ang tungkol sa DepEd Commons? I-share mo na ang video na ito upang matuto rin sila kung paano gagamitin ang DepEd Commons sa mabilis at napakadaling paraan. Muli, ito po si Sir Jeff at kita-kits po tayo sa DepEd Commons. Paalam!
Magandang araw! Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng DepEd Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del B. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na Pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Okay, good afternoon po, Science and Learners. Ako po yung nagbabalik muli ang inyong tutor para sa ating DepEd ICTS ETUlay online tutorial. So tayo po ay live na live po sa ating Facebook at sa ating YouTube platforms. So tayo po ngayon ay nasa quarter 4, week 2. Of course, Science 10. Ang ating topic na pag-discuss today ay gases, all that matter. Okay, so basahin ko lang po yung kauna-una pong nag-comment. Precious Kate, good afternoon po. Precious Kate, watching from Avogadro Integrated School, grade 10. Wow, maraming salamat sa pagtutok. Jenny Rose Kanumay, good afternoon sir, from 10 Baltasar MLQHS. Charmaine Didase, from 10 Felipe MLQHS. Yan mga early birds natin. Red Daitan, Pen Gomez, good afternoon po, from MLQ High School. Maria Isabel Alejandro, good afternoon. Maria Isabel Suniega Alejandro, grade 10 Diamond, watching from Avogadro Integrated School. Kathleen Lee from Dasol Integrated School. Okay, so maraming salamat po. At ito mamaya, dadami pa ang ating mga live viewers sa ating Science 10 Quarter for Week 2. At ang ating topic ngayon ay gases, all that matter. So ako muli ang inyong tutor trainer at your service. Ang ating Science 10 ay lagi pong Monday afternoon from 3 p.m. up to 3:40 p.m. Tayo po ay live na live sa ating DepEd Edtech Unit, DepEd tayo FB pages DepEd Educational Unit, DepEd Philippines at DepEd TV YouTube channel. So tayo po ay lagi nyo makakasama from 1 to 6 p.m. every Mondays, Science Thinker online tutors mula grade 3 Science hanggang senior high school na yan, 11 and 12. Meron din po tayo sa ALS at meron din po tayo mga special programs. Kaya tutok po hanggang mamaya. And then, of course, tutukan nyo pa rin po kami mula Monday hanggang Friday. So, pakishare na rin po ang ating video later. Meron po akong mamaya instruction. Ang ating SLM na ginagamit for this week at mga nakaraang quarters pa ay mula sa Schools Division Office ng Caloocan. Maraming salamat po. Shout out po sa aming SDS, Dr. Nanette Rosaria. Maraming salamat po. At pinahintulutan niyo rin po kami na gumamit ng inyong SLM ng grade 10. At pakishare nga po itong muli ang ating Science and Quarter 4 Week 2 video sa ating mga social media platforms. Maaari natin i-share ang ating panonood sa ating mga personal accounts. At makikita po ito sa ating DepEd Edtech FB page at DepEd tayo Facebook page. Pagdating naman po sa ating YouTube channel, meron po tayong DepEd Philippines, DepEd Edtech Unit, at DepEd TV YouTube channel. Yan po ang ating mga social media platforms. So, ang quarter 4 week 2 natin ay meron tayo most essential learning competency. Explain the relationship between volume, pressure, temperature, and number of moles using the kinetic molecular theory. Meron po itong code na S10NP-4A-B-21. Yan po ang ating most essential learning competencies. Pagdating naman sa ating learning goals, ito po ang ating achieve today. Cite and describe each kinetic molecular theory assumption and cite instances where in KMT or kinetic molecular theory are observed in life experiences. Solve problems regarding Charles' law, Avogadro's law, and ideal gas law. And explain Charles' law, Avogadro's law, and ideal gas law using kinetic molecular theory of gases. So, jump pack po tayo today. So, kailangan natin pagsisigin ang ating mga learning goals ngayong week for 40 minutes. Kaya, maraming salamat po sa pagtutok kahit medyo ang ating panahon po ay medyo maulan at marami po pong nakatutok katulad po ni Angeline Magtubo, Kent, Ryan Gasque ng The Sol Integrated School. Maraming salamat po. Lucy Celeste from Kapatagan National High School. Kapatagan Catholic. And then, maraming salamat po, Johnny Flor Acacio Delute, Rowena de Guzman, maraming salamat po, Canaan Hills, National High School District of Rizal, Division of Nueva Ecija. Arlie Chavez, maraming salamat po, and Katrina Dipila, Joanna. Okay, so ating pre-test. Ito po, inaanyaya ko po kayong sumagot sa ating pre-test by answering this 5-item pre-test. Lagay muna natin po yung ating number, and then the answer or the letter of the correct answer. Read the question carefully. Write the letter of the correct answer on your answer sheet. So let's have number 1. Let me read number 1. So bago ko read yung number 1, listening and watching from SDO Mabalacat, City Pampanga. Hello, great Science 10 learners and teacher Rainier. God bless, maraming salamat. Kapatid na Mark, Edward, Neil, maraming salamat pa sa pagtutok. Neil Vincent Olivares Agustin, good afternoon po. Watching from Canaan East National High School. Neil Vincent Olivares Agustin, grade 10. Mark Zuckerberg, SP, ICT District 2 of Rizal, Division of Nueva Ecija, STO Rizal, Annex. Wow, kompleto. Let me read number 1. Last summer vacation, the Tayamen family decided to go to Lawag City, Ilocos Norte, to have a beach party. On their way, all of them were surprised when the tire suddenly exploded. What caused the tire to burst? A. The mass of gases inside the tire increased. B. The amount of gases inside the tire increased. C. The high temperature caused a decrease in the tire's volume. D. The volume of gases inside the tire increased due to high temperature. Ano po ang sagot natin? Let me read lang po yung mga magiging responses natin. Kindly type number and the letter of the correct answer. What caused the tire to burst? Is it A, B, C, or D? So, tingnan natin po ang mga responses po dito. Habang inintay ko po yung mga sagot, Rowena de Guzman, good afternoon po. Rowena de Guzman and Renzel Robert de Guzman po ito, watching from Canaan East National High School, District of Rizal, Division of Nueva Ecija. Yan, may mga sagot na po. Morena Rojas, 1B. Red Daitan, 1B. Jonah Alin, 1B. Angeline Matubo, 1B. Kathleen, 1B. Lucy Celeste, 1B. Nicole Miguel, watching from Ramon National High School, grade 10 Platinum. Hello po, Nicole. Rachel, okay. Arlene Chavez, 1B. Elizabeth Bernal Maglaya, 1B. And Charmaine Dasi, 1B. Ma'am Donna Jill Cariaso, good afternoon po. Watching from and learning from Ramon National High School. Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Donna Jill. Nicole Tutok Miguel from grade 10 Platinum. Of course, Ramon National High School, our ETUlay school last year. Po, maraming salamat po sa panonood. And the answer is letter D. The volume of gases inside the tire increase due to high temperature. So be careful po at tandaan po natin kapag tayo po magkakaroon ng long drive journey, kailangan i-check lagi natin ang ating tires, lalo na kapag summer days. Let's have number 2. Which of the following gas laws explains the relationship between the volume of gas and the number of moles of gas present at a constant temperature and pressure? A. Boyle's law. B. Charles' law. C. Avogadro's law. Or D. Combined gas law. Okay? Let me read lang po ng mga responses, greetings, and kahit ano na po, meron tayo sa Facebook at meron tayo sa YouTube. Ano po ang sagot natin sa number 2? Ayan. Mark Edward, nasagot niya 1B, Teacher Rainier. Okay, that's correct. 1 point sa'yo. Sir Mark, Sir Mil, maraming salamat. May 1 point ka na. Okay, Elizabeth Bernal Maglaya. Ayan. So, marami akong nababasa na brown out daw ngayon dahil malakas ang ulan. So, sana, no, makatawid natin to at lahat pa ng mga ETUlay tutors ngayong Monday hanggang mamaya. So, medyo masungit ang panahon ko doon. Eh, hindi pa naman sinasabi na pag-asa na official rainy days na. Parang hindi pa yata, di ba? Okay. So, ayan. 2C. C daw. Okay, letter C. Avogadro's law. And pag-aaralan natin yan later. Let's have pretest number 3. Ayun, may sagot na. What will be the final volume of a 5-liter helium gas with 1 mole at 30 degrees Celsius at 1 atmosphere? If this amount of this gas is increased in 2 moles, provided the temperature and pressure remain unchanged. So the answer is D. Ayan. Given na po ito. Okay, next. Number 4. Which of the following gas law explains the relationship between the volume, pressure, and temperature and the number of moles of gases? Which of the following gas laws explain the relationship between the volume, pressure, temperature, and the number of moles of gases? A. Charles' law. B. Ideal gas laws. C. Avogadro's law. Or D. Combined gas law. Ayan. Sige, tuloy natin. Lord, sana bigyan niyo po kami ng internet na maayos and stable para maitawid po natin itong pag-aaral natin. Okay, number 4, the answer is B, as in boy, ideal gas law. Number 5, yan, last question sa pretest. What is the pressure exerted by 0.300 moles of gas contained in an 8-liter vessel at 18 degrees Celsius? A. 0.896 atm, B. 0.898 atmosphere, C. 8.96 atmosphere, or D. 8.98 atmosphere. Ang gusto kong sumagot dito si Sir Mille. Kasi magaling yan sa science at magaling yan sa math. Ako kilala ko yan eh. Kaya kaya-kaya sagutan itong mga Boyle's law, Charles' law, Avogadro's law, and ideal gas law. Kaya sagutan ito ni Boyle's law. Alam ko yan. Nananahimik na yan, no? Okay. Ayan. So marami pong salamat po sa pagtuto at ako po ay very much delighted na sinamahan niyo po ako. Anong sagot natin? Number 5, letter A, 0.896 atmosphere. So yan po ang ating pre-test natin. At tayo po ay bumalik na at Let's move to our looking back section. O ito, meron tayong panibagong sasagutan. Mark my word, you learned from the previous module that the different properties of gases and their relationship with one another. Let us check if you still remember those terms by arranging the jumbled letters in each item below to form the correct word or words being defined or described. Ayan, meron po ako papakita mga jumbled letters and then type lang yung tamang word by typing the correct spelling. Yan po. Number 1, paunahan tayo ha. It refers to the space that matter occupies. Number 1, may mga letters siya. L, E, V, M, U, O. L, E, V, M, U, O. Type number 1 and then the answer. Yan natin. Lay Chanel, Cabonitalia. Yan. Unang-una. Pero dapat lagyan po natin ng number, no? Pero consider ko lang. Lagyan natin ng number po. Angeline Magtubo, 1, volume. Yan po ang una. Pero si Lay Chanel, Cabonitalia, siya yung una, kaya lang wala pong number. Pero okay po, it's considered. Ayan. Very, Yan, very good po halos lahat. Volume. Volume is one of the properties of gases that, sinasabi that defines the space that matter occupies. Ayan. Palagay po ng number para maganda rin po yung basahin natin at organize. Let's have number 2. Ayan. It refers to the force per unit area. It refers to the force per unit area. Ito po ang mga letters. Sa number 2, U, R, E, T, S, E, R, S. Tingnan natin. Ayan, yung mga nababasa ko sa comment sections ay most of number 1. Ayan, meron na. Nauna, Elizabeth Bernal Maglaya. Siya po ang first. Followed by Lay Chanel Cabonitalia and Angeline Magtubo. Yung ating top 1, 2, and 3. Very good. Sumunod na rin po ayan, dati na, dito na mabasa. Ayan, Angeline Magtubo, Joshua Polanco Ruiz, Joanna Lois Reyes Buaga, then Michael Bugarin, JB Bornania, Pauline Abad Bendia, Micaela Nepomuceno, Nicole Tutok Miguel, Larissa Ramos, Mary Jane Uy, dami na, di ko na mabasa. Okay, so the answer for number 2 is pressure per unit, force per unit area. Let's have number 3. Ito, it is the measure of hotness or coldness of matter. Meron tayong letters E, U, M, P, T, R, A, T, E, R, E. Ano po yan? Kasi mahabang letter. Number 3, tingnan natin pinakamabilis. Ayan, meron na masok. Joshua Polanco Ruiz. Siya po yung top 1. And followed by Ben, Michael Bugarin, and Kyla Pisha May. And followed by Cabonitalia ulit. Yan, ang aking mga loyal Science 10 learners. Ayan. Thank you very much po. The answer is temperature. Number 4, 2 words. It states that as the temperature is kept constant, the volume V is fixed amount of gas is inversely proportional to its pressure. Number 4 na tayo. It states that as the temperature is kept constant, the volume V of a fixed amount of gas is inversely proportional to its pressure T. Ayan, may sagot na. Si Elizabeth Bernal Maglaya. Top 1 natin. Followed by Arben Manuel. Hello sa'yo, Arben. And then, we also have Jenny Rose Kanumay, Zapi Tiffany Esponcilla, Angeline Magtubo, Pauline Abad, Okay, Cherry May, ayan, di ko na mabasa. Si Tutor Rainier ay nahihilo na sa madaming, very overwhelming po ang mga responses. Maraming salamat po. Ang sagot natin ay false. Ayan. And number 5, it states that when pressure is kept constant, a fixed amount of gas increases its volume as its temperature also increases. So, panibagong ito sa number 5. Mga letters niya, L, H, S, R, C, E, A. Yung next word, A, W, L. Number 5 na tayo. Ayan. So, K. Elizabeth Bernal Maglaya. Then, Michael Bugarin. And Lay Chanel Cabonitalia. Nicole Tutok-Miguel. Ayan. The answer is Charles. Okay, hintayin ko lang din po. No, at kahit medyo late na po yung mga sagot ng iba, kindly type your answers as comment dito sa ating comment section. So those are our pre-test and looking back ng ating SML. So let's move to our lesson proper. So meron tayong tinatawag na kinetic molecular theory or KMT. So basahin ko lang po yung mga assumptions. So gases are composed of molecules. Ang mga gases natin ay talagang chiefly composed of molecules. Siyempre, ang kanilang distances or yung distances sa bawat isa from one molecule to another are very far greater than molecules of any other states of matter. These molecules are also small and their mass and volume are considered to be insignificant. Again, insignificant po ang mass at volume because sa sobrang liit ng kanilang distances between each other. And another assumption po, gas molecules are always in constant random motion and frequently collide with one another and with the walls of the container. Tandaan po yan. Marami pa tayo mga assumptions like attractive and repulsive forces between gas molecules are so weak, then they cannot be considered as significant. They are insignificant. So, ang magiging weak ng forces of attraction between gas molecules, pati side ng attractive at repulsive forces ay hindi po talaga napapansin. So, insignificant. And the average kinetic energy of gas molecules is directly related to its temperature. Again, the average kinetic energy of gas molecules is directly related to its temperature. So, kapag tumaas ang temperature, nagiging mataas din ang average kinetic energy. Mas mabilis ang bangguan ng mga gas molecules. Ito na, meron tayong activity 1. Don't get me wrong. Maganda yung title, no? At the end of the activity, you should be able to cite and describe each kinetic molecular theory assumption and cite instances wherein KMT are observing life experiences. Ayan. Meron tayo po ditong true or false. Mabilisan lang po. Yung first 3 na lang ang natin papasahin. Just write number 1 and then yung ating sagot. It's either true or false. Number 1, the size of the molecules affects the total volume of gas. The size of molecule or molecules affect the total volume of gas. Number 1, true or false? Tingnan natin. So meron pang pagbati from MLQHS 10 Felipe Bernabe Bertis Magola. Ayan. Good afternoon, watching from Avogadro, Integrated School, Anglaan, West District, grade 10 tayo. Ayan. Nakaka-affect ba yung size ng molecules sa total volume of the gas? Actually, the answer is false. Kasi di ba binanggit kanina natin that the size ay insignificant. So, it will not affect the total volume of the gas. Number 2, the average kinetic energy of molecule at a given temperature is constant. The average kinetic energy of a molecule at a given temperature is constant. So, the answer in number 2 is false. Hindi po siya constant, no? Kasi it depends sa temperature yung average kinetic energy niya. Number 3, there is insignificant attractive or repulsive forces between molecules. Sige lang po, answer lang po tayo sa comment section kahit sinasagutan ko lang po. So number 3, the answer is true. Kasi nga, di ba, insignificant po yung attractive at repulsive forces because of very far distances from each other. Lalo na yung mga gas molecules. Number 4, collision or collisions between molecules are perfectly elastic. That is, no energy is gained nor lost during the collision. Number 4, the answer is true. Yan, tama po si Elizabeth Bernal Maglaya. Number 5, a gas consists of a collection of small particles traveling in straight line motion and obeying Newton's law. The answer is 5, definitely true. Okay, let's move sa ating activity 2. Ito po medyo may computation. Pwede tayong gumamit po ng calculator, no, sa ating gagawin. So meron tayo dito table with 5 columns. Okay, gawin lang natin po itong pointer natin na laser pointer. Yan. So trials 1 to 5, ito yung ating unang column, volume in liters. Ano napapansin natin? From 84.045 liters, 86, naging 90, naging 92, naging 94. So the volume in terms of liter from trials 1 to 5 increases. Tama ba? So, tumataas po yung volume from trials 1 to 5. On the other hand, sa temperature in Celsius, from 7, 14, 28, 35, 42. Aba, tumaas din po ang temperature. So, the temperature also increases. Now, para ma-convert natin yung Celsius into Kelvin, so we are going to add a fixed and constant value of 273.15 plus kung ano yung value ng temperature. Example, when the temperature is 7 degrees Celsius, to convert that into Kelvin, so gagawin natin, 7 plus 273.15 is 280.15. Tama? So again, to convert Celsius to Kelvin, just add 273.15. Yung ibang textbooks po, ginagamit 273 na lang as word number. So 273.15 plus 7, 280.15. And then sa last column po, we are going to divide, ito po yung volume, divided by the temperature. Yung inad na natin na 270. Yung Kelvin temperature. So, 84.045 divided by 280.15 is equal to 0.8. Check natin, no? Check natin kung tama sa calculator. Ayan. 84.045 divided by 280.15. And po, kitang-kita naman po ang sagot ay 0.3. So, the answer is 0.3. Okay? So, now, let's move tayo dito sa temperature. Kung mag-add tayo ng 273.15 sa 14, okay, so 273.15 plus 14, the answer is 287. Ayan. And then, try to divide the volume to its temperature in Kelvin. Divide down natin. 86.145 divided by 287.15. Double check natin. 86.145 divided by 287.15. Anong quotient? 0.3. Ayan, constant pa din. So, meaning to say, when we divide volume and temperature in Kelvin, the constant quotient is 0.3. Ayan. Tama po, may mga sagot din dito si Noel, ito man, Lovely, Tuwataw. Maraming salamat po. And dito tayo sa trial 3. Sagutan natin. So, 28 plus 273.15. 301.15. Ayun, 301.15. If we divide 90.345 divided by 301.15, ayun, 0.3 pa rin ang lumalabas sa ating quotient. And to solve it further, we have 308.15, 0.3. And then 315.15, we have 0.3. So now, kukuha na tayo ng ating conclusion ngayon. Ang volume natin nag-i-increase from trials 1 to 5. At ang temperature din nag-i-increase. Same lang din yan sa Celsius at sa Kelvin. Pero ang ating quotient para sa volume divided by temperature, laging pong constant. So, anong pwede natin sabihin dyan? So, kapag sinagutan natin yung mga guide questions, what we observe about the volume of the given data? So, we can say that it increases. The volume is increasing. What do you observe about the temperature of the given data? It also increasing. Increasing ang value. Given the temperature is constant, given the pressure is constant, what do you observe about the quotient of volume and the temperature K in each trial? Constant. And the quotient is 0.3. Ayan, tama. Given the constant pressure, what do you think will happen to the volume if the temperature decreases? Ano daw mangyayari sa volume kapag ang temperature nag-decrease? Of course, magde-decrease din ang volume. At kapag ang volume po ay nag-increase, ang temperature naman ay mag-i-increase din. Ayan ha, pag tumaas po ang volume, tataas ang temperature. Pag bumaba ang volume, bababa ang temperature. Number 5, given a constant pressure, what do you think will happen to the temperature if the volume decreases? Ganon din. If the temperature decreases, the volume also decreases. If the temperature increases, the volume of the gas also increases. State the relationship between the volume and temperature of constant pressure. Hmm. Ano kaya ang relationship ng volume and temperature at constant pressure? Sige, tingnan natin ang sagot sa ating comment section. Number 6, what is the relationship between volume and temperature at constant pressure? Bigyan ko lang kayo ng clue. Sa ating last week, ang volume at ang pressure sa Boyle's law ay inversely proportional. Kapag tumaas si volume, bababa si pressure. Pag tumaas si pressure, bababa naman si volume. Dito sa number 6, sa Charles law, anong relationship ng volume at temperature? Sige nga, tingnan natin muna po sa ating comment section. Good afternoon po, watching from Canaan East National High School, Jasmine Montenegro, 10, Mark Zuckerberg, SPIC. Good afternoon, still watching from Ramon National High School, Cherry May Valdez Cerveles. Elizabeth Bernal Maglaya, ma'am, the volume is directly proportional to temperature and constant pressure. Ayan, exactly, correct. Volume is directly proportional to its temperature at constant pressure. Ma'am Jonah Alin, maraming salamat po. Tama, tumpak na tumpak. The relationship between volume and temperature is both of them are directly proportional. When the volume increases, katulad natin sa data kanina, no? Pag nag-increase yung volume, yung temperature po nag-increase. Pag bumaba naman ang volume, bababa din ang temperature. Number 7, make volume versus temperature graph at constant pressure using the data given above. Describe the graph. Yan po yung graph na natin. So, ito po yung graph ng temperature versus volume in liters. Yung temperature natin reported into Kelvin, while the volume, this is reported into liters. So, pag nag-plot na tayong mga points, ito po sa 84 liters, 86 liters, 90 liters, 92 liters, at sa 94 liters. Next, no, we have to connect the dots. Yan. So, ayan po yung ating temperature versus volume graph or TV graph. Kung saan makikita natin na the relationship between temperature and volume is directly proportional. Kasi straight line ang graph ng ating equation o ng ating graph. Okay. So next. Of course, pag sinabi natin law, it can be stated sa mathematical concept. It states that the volume of a gas is directly proportional to its temperature and at a constant pressure. Again, it states that the volume of a gas is directly proportional to its temperature at a constant pressure. It means that the temperature increases, the volume also increases. So as the temperature decreases, the volume decreases. Yan po si Sir Jacques Charles. Yan po ang kanyang picture. Ang kanyang Charles law formula ay V sub 1 over T sub 1 is equal to V sub 2 over T sub 2. Since ang ating relationship ay in direct proportional, ganyan po ang formula. So let's have yung mga legends natin. V1 or V sub 1 is the initial volume. Pwede pong in liters or ml. Take note, pag gumamit na tayo ng temperature, lagi natin i-report into Kelvin. Pag ang problem ay nakalagay siya sa Celsius, just add 273. Pwedeng 273.15. And then for V sub 2, that's the final volume in liters or ml. And temperature 2 or T2, final temperature in Kelvin. Ayan. So, tayo po ay gagamit na po ng ating problem-solving skills. Again, let me remind you on the steps on problem solving. Write the given, write the unknown or required or missing, write the formula to be used, solve the problem with complete solution, and report your final answer correctly. Somehow, kailangan pa natin i-box ang ating final answer. Units to be used, ito lang po ang ating mga kailangang tandaan. Sa volume, pag nakita natin ml and liters, volume yan. Sa temperature, Kelvin. Sometimes, Celsius. For the units of pressure, yan po, Pascal, APM, millimeter mercury, bar, torr, PSI. Pero usually ginagamit po natin APM. Ayan. So, let me read problem number 1. A tank, not rigid, contains 2.3 liters of helium gas at 25 degrees Celsius. What will be the volume of the tank after heating it and its content to 40 degrees Celsius temperature at constant pressure? Para maintindihan po natin ang ating problem solving, kailangan maliwanag po at i-visual analysis po natin yung problem. Parang hindi lang po tayo more on empirical data. So more on analysis kung ano ba talaga. Merong tangke na hindi rigid daw. Tapos meron ito sa loob na 2.3 liters of helium gas. At ang temperature niya ay 25 degrees Celsius. Ang tinatanong, ano mangyayari sa volume niya ng tank ng helium gas kapag tumaas ang temperature nito into 40 degrees Celsius. And of course, kailangan natin isipin ang pressure ay constant. So what will happen to the volume? So, binigyan natin ng color coding, no? Itong 2.3 liters, we are talking about volume 1. At itong kulay yellow ay temperature 1. And the other temperature is temperature 2. So, sinabi natin, no? Kailangan natin that the temperature must be reported to Kelvin. So, we need to add 273 dito sa ating temperature in Celsius. So, tingnan natin. Ito po yung problem. Ano ang given natin? V sub 1, 2.3 liters. P sub 1, 25 degrees Celsius. Add 273, that's 298. And then the T sub 2 is 40 plus 273 is 313 Kelvin. Maliwanag po yan, ha? So, of course, dahil apat yung nasa formula, isa yung nawawala. Automatic, ang nawawala po ay V sub 2 o yung ating unknown. Ang formula natin, V sub 1 over T sub 1 is equal to V sub 2 over T sub 2. What we are going to do is to cross multiply V sub 1 times T sub 2 is equal to V sub 2 and T sub 1. Since we are looking for V sub 2, divide both sides by T sub 1. So divide both sides by T sub 1. So what will be the remaining formula? V sub 2 is equal to V sub 1 times T sub 2 divided by T sub 1. Of course, solution, write the formula again, and then substitute. For volume 2, 2.3 liters, that's the first volume, multiplied to temperature number 2, 313 Kelvin, divided by 298 Kelvin. Okay, gamit po tayo ng calculator. 2.3 times 313. So, 219.9 divided by 298. And 2.4, ayan, tingnan natin. Yan, 719.9 liters divided by 298 and 2.4 liters. Ang na-cancel po dito ang Kelvin. Kaya what will remain is liter. So, volume 2 or final volume is 2.4 liter. Check natin kung tama. Kanina, 2.3 liters in 25 degrees Celsius. Diba sabi natin that the temperature is directly proportional to its volume. So kapag tumaas ang temperature, since from 25 degrees Celsius to 40, we will be expecting that the volume also increases. So tumaas din. From 2.3, naging 2.4. So nagkaroon na pagtaas ng volume. So that's problem solving number 1. Solve number 2 na tayo. Volume of chlorine gas is 15 cubic decimeter. Compute the resulting volume if the temperature is adjusted to 318 Kelvin provided that the pressure remains the same. Huwag po tayong mag-nosebleed, ha? Madali lang yan. Hindi tayo kailangan maging matatakotin sa math. Kaya natin i-deal yung math. Madali lang yan. Constant and proper practice ang makakatulong sa atin. Ayan, nilagyan po natin ng color coding para ayun po yung ating mga labels. 20 degrees Celsius, alam natin yan, temperature yan. 15 cubic decimeter, volume yan. And 318 Kelvin, that's temperature. Okay, sulat natin sa given. Since yung volume 1, sulat natin, 15 cubic decimeter. Ito naman, T sub 1. Since 20 degrees Celsius siya, add natin to 73 para magkaroon ng Kelvin. Wala siyang degree, ha, kasi wala pong calibration ng Kelvin. Kaya 293 Kelvin, wala siyang degrees. And then, T sub 2 is 318 Kelvin. Ayan, so kompleto na tayo. Again, ang nawawala, V sub 2. Ang formula, ganun pa din. V sub 2 is equal to V sub 1 times T sub 2 over T sub 1. At ang solution, substitute natin, 15 times 318. Calculator tayo, 15 times 318. Ayan. 4,770. Divide natin sa 290. 16 point something. Okay, tingnan natin. 16.3. Ayan. Tumaas ba? Yes. From 20 degrees Celsius na 292 Kelvin na naging 318 Kelvin, tumaas. So, expect natin from 15 cubic decimeter, naging 16.3 cubic decimeter. So, nagkaroon ng pagtaas. So, yan po ang tinatawag natin Charles law. We're talking about the relationship between volume and the temperature. Ayan, you got me. Ayan po. Ito naman, para naman sa ating susunod na law, Avogadro's law. Dito, i-divide lang natin yung 2.5 divided by 0.5. Try natin, ha? Ayan, pakita lang natin. 2.50 divided by 0.5. 5. Ayan, 5 naman lumabas. 5 divided by 1. Alam natin yan, 5. 7.5 divided by 1.5. 5 pa rin. 10 divided by 2, 5 pa din. And 12.5 divided by 1.5, 5 pa rin. So, lumalabas po dito that the quotient between volume and number of moles is constant. 5 po. Laging lumalabas. Ayan. So, Avogadro's law states that the moles of gas are thus doubled, then the volume will also double at the constant pressure and temperature. Yan po, si Avogadro. At siya ang nagbigay sa atin ng Avogadro's number. Okay. Avogadro's law formula is V sub 1 over N sub 1 is equal to V sub 2 over N sub 2. Yan po ang kanyang labels. V sub 1 is the initial volume. Take note, ha? N1 or N sub 1 is the initial temperature, initial number of moles in mole. And the final volume is V sub 2. And N sub 2 is the final number of moles in mole. Parang pareho lang din, no, sa Charles law. So, gawin lang natin ang problem solving nito. Pareho in a sense sa formula, pero ang relationship between dito ay, syempre, ang volume at ang number of substances. Let me read problem solving number 1. A balloon containing 2 moles of helium has a volume of 880 milliliters. What is the new volume after 6 moles of helium are added to the volume or to the balloon at the same pressure and temperature? Meron pong balloon na nagko-contain ng 2 moles ng helium. At ang volume niya initially is 880 ml. Ang tanong, what is the new volume kapag 6 moles na ng helium ang na-add natin sa balloon? Remember, same pressure and temperature. Yan po yung problem. Given natin, N1 is 2 moles, V sub 1, 880 ml, and N sub 2, 6 moles. Unknown, V2. Formula, yan po. And final volume is equal to V sub 1 times N2 over N1. Solution, igagawin lang natin pong substitution. Remove lang natin. 880 times 6 divided by 2. That's 2,640. Meron lang akong parang small lang dito, clue na pwede ibigay. Meron po tayong ginagamit dito sa internet na Charles law calculator, meron tayong Avogadro's law, meron din po tayong ginagamit din na Boyle's law. Ilalagay nyo lang po dito yung unknown kung ano po. Balikan natin yung example natin. Try natin yung kanina para matry lang natin. Ito po. Yan. Ito po yung Charles law. Okay? So, ito yung volume sa buwan natin, 15. Gawin natin decimeter. Yan. Ito din po. Dapat pareho yan. And then Kelvin. Yung V sa buwan natin, mabilisan lang, 15. Tapos, ang Kelvin natin na muna ay 293 daw. 293. At ang volume natin ang nawawala. So, walang laman yan. At ang temperature natin ay 380. Try natin kung lalabas 16.3. Calculate. Ayun, 16.28 or 16.8. Okay? So, maaari nyo magamit po ito na mabilisan if you want to answer po directly kung ano po yung sagot. Kasi meron po dito, pipiliin nyo among the four kung ano yung wala. Is it volume 2 or temperature? Marami pa po yan. At pwede nyo pa po magamit yan. Hindi lang po yan Charles law. Meron yung Boyle's law, meron yung Avogadro's law, and combined gas law meron po. Ito na po yung kanina. So, move na natin. So, tayo po ay mag-overtime. Ayan. So, check your understanding. Ito lang po yan, no? Sagutan na lang natin. These are properties, temperature, pressure, Avogadro's law, and ideal gas law. Ayan po. So, nandyan lang po yan sa ating self-learning module. Again, 40 minutes is not really enough talaga, lalo na kapag meron po tayong problem-solving na topic, no? Kahit sa face-to-face learning talagang it will take time, minsan base pa para makuha ng bata po ang mga computation. Pero maraming salamat na rin at binigyan tayo ng pagkakataon ng DepEd ICTS Edtech Unit sa kanilang ETUlay online tutorial at naitutulay natin kahit po tayo po ay remote na nagtuturo. At least, naibabahagi po namin sa inyo ang pagkatuto na hindi dapat kailangan maging komplikado. Tayo po muli ay mag-wrap up. Ito po ang ating Boyle's law formula, Charles law at Avogadro's law. Ayan. So, I would like to thank also Sir Ken sa ating webinar director. Kay Sir Mads din po sa aming principal at maraming salamat din po kay Sir Mark sa aming head. Ako po muli ang inyong tutor trainer. Muli, iniimbitahan ko po umulit kayo sa ating Science 10 sa oras na 3 hanggang 3:40 p.m. Maraming salamat po at kung meron po kayong comments and suggestions, maaari po kayong mag-email sa amin sa edtech@deped.gov.ph. Huwag po kayong bibitiw, meron pa po tayong mga susunod pang topics, robotics and coding. Maraming salamat po at kita-kits po.
Sigurado ako na marami ka na namang natutuhan sa ating ETUlay tutorial session ngayong araw. Tandaan, ito ay hindi lamang para sa ating mga mag-aaral, kundi pati rin sa ating mga minamahal na guro at mga magulang na kaagapay natin para maituloy ang pagkatuto sa kabila ng nararanasang pandemya. Patuloy ding sumubaybay sa DepEd TV para sa mga araling ginawang video episodes. Mapapanood ito mula Lunes hanggang Sabado, alas 7 ng umaga hanggang alas 7 ng gabi sa inyong mga telebisyon. Abangan bukas mula 1:00 ng tanghali ang iba pang aralin sa ating ETUlay free online tutorial session sa English. I-like and subscribe at manatiling nakasubaybay sa ating ETUlay tutorial session sa DepEd Edtech Unit FB page at Educational Technology Unit channel sa YouTube at sa DepEd Tayo at DepEd Philippines social media accounts. Paalam!